On today's episode, it's the work BFF.
Ooh.
Work would be a lot less fun without the one person who just gets you.
Yeah.
Whether it's your work BFF that always has your back, or your work wife or husband who reminds you that you have to eat lunch. Whatever the case, these relationships are real.
Yes.
So let's find out if you got yourself a work soulmate. As usual, I'm joined by my good friend, Danny Davila.
What's up, people?
We've been working now for a long time.
Yeah.
Regardless of the restaurant, this is a Modern Way to Podcast.
Yeah.
Regardless of the restaurant, we have had ourselves some work wives.
Oh, yeah. you definitely do.
We're going to go through this show and talk about work BFFs.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the work BFF is someone, you're better friends at work than anywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah. You really talk to them outside of work.
Yeah.
You know, but at work, you're a perfect rhythm.
I agree. I think it's at work, you talk about your personal life.
Everything.
And outside of work, if you're messaging, you're talking about work.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
it's not, the two are kind of separated.
Absolutely.
And don't you, so then we'll talk about work BFFs and your work
Wife.
/ work husband.
Because I've had both in my career.
Let's go through the signs that tell you if you actually have a work BFF.
A, you pool well together.
Okay, so that I think that would be specific. So you work well together.
Yeah. Well, when I mean by pool, because you're not worried about splitting their money with somebody. Because to me, that's a big thing. Okay. Like, I have a system of my own. So if I'm able to pool with you, that says a lot for you.
You don't want to just pool with just
anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not, you know, there's a lot of people out there, not that you don't trust, but you're like, they don't have that thing with you. You know what I mean?
You look forward to working with them because you know your life is going to be that much
easier. They give you balance, you know, or even if you're not like you have that coworker that, hey, you know, that plays the back waiter, or you play the front waiter, or opposite. You know what I mean? You could do both with each other.
You barely have to communicate.
You know the roles. It just flies through.
It's your work soulmate.
It's exactly. It's symmetry. It's beautiful.
It is true.
Yeah.
Let's take it on back now. For me, you know each other. You have each other's back.
Yes.
So here are the signs that let you know that you have a work BFF.
Yeah.
All right. You know, I don't really drink coffee, but when you know the other person, what would make their day a little brighter?
Absolutely.
You know, you bring that.
They bring it in for you. Yeah.
Whether that for a little while for us, here's a little confession. For us to get through the shift at a certain point in our life, it was alcohol. It's like we would bring our own, like a little nip.
And food though too.
Oh, food! Like you and I, like we would feed each other and take turns. We'd bring sandwiches, and it wasn't like, hey, oh, what do you want? We already knew.
Yes.
So we'll make something, bring it in, and then we'll rotate that way.
Absolutely.
Bring it in, so then you wouldn't have to dip when you're like, oh man, I'm hungry. I got to push through.
Exactly.
So that's one.
You already knew you had it in the house. It was in the house.
It was in the house. It was in the fridge or wherever
it was
needed
ready to go.
To be perfect.
It was exactly how it needed to be.
Yes.
And you would look at each other like, "You ready? Yeah, I'm ready." So like let's say like we used to make certain sandwiches we would heat up on the flat top.
Yes.
Okay, so I would give you the look and be like, "Yo, your sandwich, yo."
It's like a tuna melt.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna prepare. You go down. You have the one guy on the line that would put it on the grill for you.
Absolutely.
Butter it up.
Bang.
Thing would be money.
It's so good.
And you just give him the look. It's ready.
It's ready.
It's upstairs.
Yep.
I already had half. The rest is yours. The next one is you have that work BFF that you communicate well with.
Yeah.
You have your inside jokes.
Mm-hmm.
You have your little references,
Absolutely.
whether it's like a movie reference or something that somebody said to you on the job that's just so funny, and you just ride that out. Ride it out till it just dies. And you write it out some more.
Yeah. Then you bring it back after you wrote it out, okay?
Oh
you might take a little break and then bring it right back.
Because those funny situations like really give you
are timeless.
Yes. It just gives you that spring, and you just like laugh it up, and you're like, what are you guys laughing about? Oh, you wouldn't
even understand.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have time to explain it. It goes back that far.
And then finally, your third sign that you have a work BFF, they let you vent in the right way.
Yes.
Where they're not letting you bitch the whole time, and they keep you in check.
They'll pull you out of the bitching, but they'll let you vent correctly.
I agree, because you need that. You need to get it off your chest.
Let it out. Let it out.
Let it go. Who hurt
you? Exactly.
So
as far as that goes, then we were definitely work BFFs.
Okay.
Yeah. And we hit everything on that list. We had our own language. We ate. We covered all those bases.
We definitely have each other's back.
Oh, yeah.
That's another sign that you have that BFF. Whether it's in a meeting or somebody said something, you come back, you're like, yo, watch out for this guy, or I saw that. Just keep that. Keep that in mind. Keep that eye open over there.
Put that in the back of your Rolodex and let it marinate there for a minute.
Or it could be specific to the restaurant. It could be if I was working, like let's say on Saturday, you'll come in Saturday night. I was already there a day, and I knew that you were coming in. You might be a little bit late. I'll put this number on this table under your number because this is in your section.
Yeah.
Anybody else, I'd be robbing them.
I'm taking it. Yeah. But it's you, I got you. Make your money. I already know. It's all good.
Yes, I got your back. So whether it's the snacks, the food, the camaraderie, the BFF. Now the higher level of the BFF is the work wife.
Is your work wife.
And now it's interchangeable. We're going to say work wife because we're dudes and we like women.
Yes.
If you have a work husband and you're a dude.
Absolutely.
In fact, I think I might have a work husband. I used to. We broke up.
Oh, okay.
He left me. I got left. I got jilted.
You totally did. Yeah, I remember. Yes.
Yeah, man. Hurt my feelings.
Paul hurt you?
Paul hurt me. I'll talk about that a little bit later. So the work wife, let's just say, is the higher level of the work BFF. And so I think one of the differences is it's a more intimate relationship where you share a little bit more of your personal life.
Absolutely.
And you get personal with them as far as like, hey, this happened or whatever. And you look forward to picking up that saga when you see them,
absolutely.
How to work out with that girl or whatever.
XYZ, yeah.
Now, those could be dangerous, the work wives.
Oh.
Right? Because you get to share things that you definitely don't share with your actual
partner.
Girlfriend. Yeah, your actual partner. And correct me if I'm wrong. The work wife knows about your actual wife.
Of course.
But your actual wife don't always know about your work wife.
Yeah, no. They might get jealous.
They're like the last to know.
Oh, for sure. They have no idea.
When they stop in the job and they're like, they see they're like,
who the hell is that?
Yeah,
what's going on?
The antenna go up.
Yeah,
like who's that?
Yeah,
oh that's just Shirley. Why does she know our kids?
Like legit.
Yeah, how does she know you like this?
Yes,
it's and then they find out about the work wife. Ooh. You try to keep it a secret. She found out. So you gotta keep it separated.
Yeah, you should always try to keep it separated.
Now I want you to go back into your Rolodex. Who was your first work BFF?
Okay, so one of my first work wives.
Okay, you're going right to the wife.
Was the Murph.
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
Yes.
How could I forget?
Okay. And then my new work wife.
Yes. So let's start.
We'll start with the Murph.
Yes.
So the Murph, we could pool together. Mm-hmm. Okay. She would make us. She jumped into the game and made us both sandwiches.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Was like the work mom. You know what I mean? Always kind of looked over things. Made sure we always had good flow. Excellent front or back waiter. If I needed something, it was no question. She would even. Like, back when we had to actually even deal with cocktail, remember? Yeah. She would take the cocktail for me, and I would take her section, and we would pool tips because I knew she could make money in a section I couldn't.
Now, this is giving me the feels because I remember that she was very sharp.
Yeah.
She's like the mother hen type of thing, and she knows what you need intuitively.
Totally. Mm-hmm.
You don't have to say, hey, can you do this? Or she'll go, okay, what do you need? And she'll also manage your ass.
Yeah.
She'll put you in check. Like, come on now, let's do this or whatever the case may be. That might be the best example of a work wife because she's got your back. And she's definitely loyal.
Oh, definitely. 100%.
Because I didn't see her, like, she didn't pool with too many people.
Yeah.
You know?
It was just me. And maybe like one of the, like, maybe Jen, when Jen was a server.
Yeah, but that was
different.
They were friends.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
They're like me and you.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
I had one that was a little bit different. It didn't last that long, but my work wife at the time would kind of look out for me when I needed. She kind of like, let me do my thing, but we couldn't pool. She was a bartender.
Gotcha.
Right? But she'll see my face, and I used to get hangry. She goes, come here. And she'll have snacks in her purse.
Love it. See, yo. Know? They know. They just kind of know what you need, yo.
It was beautiful because she'll talk me down off the ledge. I'd be like, yo, my whole fantasy about quitting your old job was that I was just going to leave and walk across the street in my uniform and in my apron and jump on the jet ski. And just jet ski in my uniform with the apron just flying around. So that's how I was going to quit. And she'd be like, it's jet ski time? Or, you know what I mean? Like, you get that little inside references and stuff like that. But she would have snacks in her purse for me.
That's awesome.
And I would never have to ask. You know, it would be like, oh, you have anything for me or whatever? And she wouldn't tell me, hey, I have something for you later. It would just always on time.
Right when you needed it.
Right when I needed it.
That's beautiful.
Oh, my gosh. That was my first work wife. Now, I didn't have... I think that might have been my only work wife when I worked with you.
Yeah.
Really. Because I didn't have anybody else that I identified with and worked together. There were definitely cool friends and people.
Yeah,
and things like
we
that.
have a few BFFs like that you can work with and you can really coincide and be like, yo, we're good.
Yeah.
You know, because we had a really tight knit unit.
We did,
which was great. So we didn't have to worry about each other. It was definitely like more like a family than anything else.
Another thing that you're able to do with your work wife, you can start. Hey, finish out these tables for me. I'm gonna do both our side works.
Yes.
I'm gonna do your roll ups. What do you have to do this? So, all right, I already stashed these out. You know, and that really
absolutely,
man, that's when I go to work, it's like the first half hour is almost like, you know, social time because
you're catching up.
You're catching up.
Yeah.
You ain't seen these motherfuckers outside of work.
It's very rare, you know what I mean, that I see my work wife ever out of work. We've ran into each other at a restaurant with our own kids randomly. Like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here?
It's almost like you have to, it's an affair. You almost have to acknowledge each other, but like,
you try to keep it low, like,
you know, that's
I know her, but I don't really know her.
Exactly. You just kind of give her the nod and keep going because you don't want to ring it, sound any alarms.
On either end, whether they're with their significant other, you're with yours, or whatever. Or
yeah, you don't want to have to end it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because if you show that you have a better relationship than your actual relationship, they might have to end it.
Exactly.
I can't talk to you anymore.
She found out about us.
And it's almost like the perfect relationship because you don't leave a trail.
Yeah.
Because you don't talk on the phone.
No.
You don't leave text messages.
That's right.
It's all in this.
It's all in the confines of the office or the building, whatever you want to be at, baby.
You pick it up there, you leave it there. Maybe you go to shift drinks afterwards
and
together. And that's it. You leave it right there.
Yeah.
She ain't calling you for nothing.
For nothing.
There's nothing to talk about. It
would have a dire situation for them to hit you up.
Then it'll be specific to being a friend.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah, and it's totally for being a friend. Like, yeah, that's it. But like the other stuff that you talk about at work, there's not going any texts. It's a one run pony when they ask you a question, when they actually texting you outside of work.
Okay, so what are the dangers of the work wife now? Because
you get feelings for them. You're on the same page all the time. You're like, man, this might work. I could see this.
He's not treating you right.
Yeah.
You know, he's a jerk.
Yeah.
You know, and she knows you. It works because there really is not the gravity a
real relationship.
Yes. It's a fake relationship. You're playing the role.
It's like when you were a kid and you played house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You might get confused.
Exactly. It can be confusing.
They might come over with the touch on the back. Yeah. Your physicality might,
You can cross certain boundaries that you wouldn't with anybody else in the building.
True.
You know what I mean? And it's comfortable because you're comfortable together.
Mm-hmm.
You look comfortable together. People even like, with my work wife at work now, they all know that she's my work wife. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it is what it is.
Yeah. That's a danger. It's.
But you calm each other, like you said, you calm each other down. Mm-hmm. Even like, let's say you were
stress management.
Yeah, if you brought something in from the outside, but they're coming to you first. You like you said, your personal. In the building because you can bring them back to that level. You give them advice, or it goes either way. You can confide in that person and just really bring down their stress level and help them get through their day.
You see them when they walk through the building. You know their faces.
Yes.
You're like, what's wrong?
Exactly.
What's happening?
What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm looking at you. I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get things back to normal. And we're fine. Okay. And you can even have blowout fights with them and be fine the next shift too.
Do you?
Very rarely.
Very rarely. It's fantasy land. That's why you really don't have the fights.
Yeah.
It's really.
I mean, if it lasts more than the shift, there's something really wrong. Okay.
I mean,
I've never had one last more than like 10 minutes.
So I had a work husband.
Mm-hmm.
First time I had a work husband in my entire life. We work well together. We communicate about personal stuff. At work, and it's actually spilled into a real
good friendship. Absolutely.
Do we see each other outside of work?
Not really.
Very often.
No.
It'll have to be, but I know I could rely on him.
Absolutely.
And so we worked 4 shifts together. Then I stopped working one of the shifts. Then we had, no. It was 3 shifts together. I'm sorry. 3 shifts. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Mm-hmm. Then I stopped working Friday. Mm-hmm. So then it was Saturday, Sunday. Then he stopped working brunch with me. Now it's just Saturday.
I was like, yeah, what's going on?
Now I'm bitter.
Yeah. Like
you left me.
You left me in the trenches catching grenades.
I'm by myself over here.
Yes.
With these bozos.
Idiots.
You're supposed to protect me.
Yo, that is what you're there for.
Yeah.
I know. Me and my work wife only have 2 shifts together now where we used to have 3. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh man, but I get it. Yeah, it's harder. It's
harder
because you, like you said, they know they make when you're in the building together. Your shift is seamless
and enjoyable.
Yeah, exactly.
So you take that away, you're half a man.
Yeah, you're left dealing with the idiots.
You turn it around and you're like, man, I got to get all this stuff done by myself. I got to roll my own damn silver. They filled in the gaps.
Absolutely.
Like Rocky Balboa
Oh,
said.
yeah.
We all got gaps.
Yeah. They fill it in, yo.
They fill in the gaps.
They do. And then what's even better was at one point I had one of my new work BFFs working with my work wife. So it was perfect. I had a perfect symmetry for a little while.
Oh, man.
My BFF left me. Mm-hmm. Okay. He went and stayed. He got a different job. And then he ended up going there full time.
Okay.
He's listening to the podcast, so you know who you are. You know you left me in the trenches catching grenades. And then and then I worked left shifts with my work wife.
So what other issues? Well, jealousy, because depending on if your work wife is in some kind of control position, mm-hmm. that could spark jealousy.
Oh yeah.
Because if your work wife is a host,
yeah,
they could be looking out for you.
And
if you got a host in your pocket,
yeah,
that's you get
word to the servers out there. You should have all the hosts in your pocket, okay?
That's hard to do.
I have an IV for my host. I make sure they're all hooked into the game.
That's hard to do, but they know exactly who's a pain in the butt.
Oh yeah, and that's the key. Well, you just got to make sure that they don't have to be your best friend, but they do need to be your friend. They are your ally. Mm-hmm. They control your money. So
yeah.
You should definitely have a good working relationship with your host, period.
They have to like you.
Oh yeah.
I see what happens when they don't like you.
People? Oh yeah.
Yeah. They can get petty.
Real quick. Okay.
So be nice to the hosts. I end up gravitating to the hosts because they offer a little bit of a respite from what I'm
the
used
tables.
to.
Yeah.
Not just the tables. All my coworkers are dudes.
True.
And they all tend to be the similar energy.
Mm-hmm.
So to kind of balance it out, I go over there and just like, I don't have to deal with...
You have to deal with the knuckleheads.
Yeah. I can have like a softer voice
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, just something more common. I could be more relaxed and, you know, I don't have to defend myself all the time. And so I gravitate to that. And
let me ask you about are you a one-on-one, like you need the one-on-one time? Like if somebody else comes to the hosting, do you leave?
I do.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm the same. Yeah,
because we get personal.
Yeah, like you know, like you don't want them in your, you know what I mean?
No.
Like I'm not hanging out at the host stand if somebody else is hanging out at the host stand. So if I see somebody over there, I'm like, I'll kind of give them the look, and then I'll be like, and then when they're gone, I'll pop over and be like, okay.
Exactly. Because you know, I ask like very invasive questions. You know,
Yeah.
So I give you that safe space to answer, and I don't want everybody in my business.
No, you don't.
Know? So yeah, when I go to the host, I'm over there and I'm chit chatting and things like that, and then somebody comes up and they're like, "What are we talking?" I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm not doing this.
It wasn't meant for your ears.
And the vibe is off.
Yeah.
Now sometimes I like an audience when we're arguing about something.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Then you'll bring them in.
Then you bring them in.
Then you bring them like, yo, what do you think about what I just said about this XYZ?
Yes, because
you want to have either A, somebody on your side, or B, somebody tell you you're wrong.
Okay. I'm never wrong. But you need the other person because the hosts are young. So they rebel real hard.
Real quick.
And they think you're just being mean to them.
Yeah.
It's like my meanness is just the express lane to the truth.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't have time to sugarcoat it for you.
I'm not sugarcoating it for you.
So here's somebody else who could corroborate. And you can ask them any way you can. I won't even ask them, a leading question. But I want you to know that I got your back because I got nothing invested in it.
Yeah.
You know? I just want you to, I give you that.
I want to give you a different perspective so you can see.
Yeah, so that's why
I'm here.
That's why I like other people there for when we're arguing. It's like, it's not just me.
This
is how it is.
They see it too.
I'm trying to save you years.
Yes.
Okay? I'm trying to save you.
I've already been through this. Probably 2-3 times over.
100%. And that to me is the fun of dealing with the host stand. It's
Absolutely.
just a different dynamic. And sometimes I come up on some ridiculous conversations that they have. I wish I wasn't here.
You wish you weren't in the room?
Yeah, I was like,
I need to hear that.
I need to go.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm out of here.
I can't do this. And so, yeah, that was, so I've had one work wife for a brief moment, and I've had one work husband, and definitely a few
work BFFs?
Work BFFs.
Yeah.
And it's nice. It's like Jimmy's becoming one of those.
Yeah.
You come in, you big smiles.
Absolutely.
Hey, what's up? Catch me up on the weekend because I work shifts in a row for the most part.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
You know, so it's like when time comes away, it's time to catch up.
Yeah. Like, especially if they're gone on that usual shift that you work together, it'll be a full week or maybe 2 weeks before you see them again.
True.
So then you're really catching up.
True. If they're on vacation.
Yeah, because when you have a set schedule and then they leave on that part of your set schedule, it might be some time before you see each other.
Yeah.
So then you're like, oh, what's going on? What happened here? XYZ.
I've done the back-to-back where
Yeah.
they have left and then I left. So it's almost like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Depending.
I remember you and Paul had that happen like a couple times in the summertime.
Yeah.
Like we went on a trip and then he was going on a trip the next week. Be like, yeah, well, I'm not going to see Paul for like for a minute.
Yeah, for like 3 weeks. And it's good because you get to appreciate them.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
You realize, okay, how important this person is to your work mental health.
And that's important. That's so well said because your work mental health, when you got to deal, when you go, I don't like to be surprised. I cuss you out if I show up to work and you're not there and you're not meant to be there and you didn't give me the heads up.
You didn't tell me?
Oh, I get pissed.
I'm pissed.
Work BFF, what's up?
Yes, like, because the people that I'm really, my work BFFs, they tell me, like, one of work BFF I'm working on a Saturday night with, he's out of town with me. He let me know, like, a week ago. I was like, I'm out of town. I was like, just to give you the heads up. I told him, I was like, he goes, let's see who you're working with. And I found, I was like, okay, I could deal with that.
Yeah, let's see who you're closing with or whatever. Because if there's going to be a disruption in your...
You need to make sure the dynamic still works. I mean, it might not be the full on, but you want to make sure you're not dealing with a full on headache.
And you need to be mentally prepared.
Absolutely. That's the key.
If nothing else, let's just have me mentally prepared so I could deal with like, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to call out? Am I going to switch? Am I going to try to do some other function to avoid certain people or certain situations?
To have a better situation.
Right. It's as simple as that.
It's it.
You can't work with just anybody.
Exactly.
If there's anything, tell me about your work wife or work husband.
Or BFF.
Yes, let us know. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm at the Modern Waiter Podcast, or email me. I got an email the other day. I get emails all the time, and I respond. I really do. There's like 1 or 2 times when I can't respond because I'm just not an expert at that, and I don't know what to say. No, honestly, some people have told me some wild stuff. And I'm like,
okay,
that may not be for me. Okay.
I'm gonna choose not to eat with you.
People are crazy out there sometimes. You know what I mean? It's really. If you're in the weeds with something, I'm a good source to bounce stuff off. But so be it. Anyway, you can email me, themodernwaiter@gmail.com, or leave us, if you're on the YouTubes, leave us a comment. I'm Marlon Joseph, the Modern Waiter.
I'm Danny Villain. Subscribe, people.
We do this for you each and every week. We will see you next week.
Later.